All right, predicts and predictivity. So G Healthcare, G and G Healthcare and all the companies within G, we adopt this platform internally. It's called eating your own dog food in some way. So we are a big G industrial company. We have industrial assets. You know, we have the big CTs, the big MRs in healthcare, big rails. We have these big machines that move and cure. So our goal was, we have been doing IoT for a very long time. We have been collecting data from these assets, analyzing them, getting insights, improving our assets and our customers' productivity. So our goal, primary goal with Predix was to bring our experience out to a larger community. And that's what we are trying to do with Predix. We don't see it as an IoT platform per se, but we as an IoT ecosystem. And we'll talk about that downstream also. So any IoT architecture pretty much looks similar. There are some sensors where you collect data, you need to ingest them, you need to analyze them, and you need to have applications that help in the usage monitoring or operational analytics and whatnot. So the way we look at it is, there's definitely a security IoT platform, there is a connectivity IoT platform, there is a big data IoT ingestion platform, there is an analytics platform, and but more importantly, our differentiator always has been stitching together the entire industry around this. So people who develop sensors, to people who write analytics, to people who want to provide end-to-end solutions. So we are looking at it from that perspective. So the ecosystem also has people like, we also have G Ventures which come in and seed some of the innovations that we want to do. So G Predix is that ecosystem. And that's why it is so much different from either AWS or Azure specific IoT platform. So our differentiation is the ecosystem, and our differentiation is bringing the analytics out there. Not just what we know, but also what others could contribute. So it's an open marketplace, and I will show you some of that. So G Digital is a pretty new business within G. It is very recently formed. G Digital would have a G Oil and Gas Digital, a G Healthcare Digital, a G Transportation Digital, but we are very serious about digital. And that's why we have kind of made this a separate business by itself, which gives it the necessary money power to kind of to do the market breakthroughs. So that's what we do as part of G Digital. Predix. So it's an industrial internet platform. It's not a commercial internet platform. It is based out of open source technologies. We use Cloud Foundry, we use RabbitMQ, we use many different open source technologies, and there's an assembly of all of that. We have specialized verticals like G Health Cloud, which is part of Predix. It's a hybrid solution. So it is not just on a public cloud. Particularly industrial internet, there is large data, and that data has to be analyzed much more near to the asset. So our hybrid cloud strategy is to basically bring the cloud power closer to the sensor, and we do that in multiple tiers, all the way into the sensor to maybe rack that can be deployed. So the entire system is kind of done as a managed service. The goal is to basically bring IT and OT together, and try to drive towards a brilliant factory kind of a mechanism, and also to bring advanced analytics, machine learning, deep learning algorithms, trained neural nets that can be easily stitched together, right? The company has basically brought in people. We have been doing what we call as remote monitoring and diagnostics for a very, very long time. So we have brought people, internal and external, to build this G platform. It has already had 3 years of development and integration, commercial success also. We have commercial success even within India. We are actually making money on IoT. The general availability of Predix is already there. LA was February, and now almost every release that we make with a quarterly cadence is GA. Pricing, we look at it purely from either a fixed or a tiered pricing models. More details, you can basically go and talk to the Predix pricing team, but you can get a 60-day free trial. From there onwards, you can have a silver, bronze, gold kind of a pricing model. Also, you can have a tiered pricing model on each of the services. So pay as you go, or kind of take a lump sum. So you could do either of that. So what we show on the list pricing on the sites, depending upon the volumes, it could also change. So it is always best to talk to the pricing team and the support team. There is tremendous amount of support online and offline that is available. We can train you. We can do dojos with you. We can, we can set up foundries with you. We can take your problem and, have the entire support infrastructure to help you get to a solution. Verticals, we are in healthcare, oil and gas, power, aviation, transportation, as well as automotive. We have tire companies putting sensor in there, trying to figure out the damage to the tires also. We eat our own dog food, so Predix is basically adopted by all our internal sub-businesses, as well as externally we are looking at many different customers. I just put in a couple there. So Pitney Bowes is basically a mail company. So what they do is these big banks who have to send you letters is completely automated. They don't print out each credit card statement, put it in an envelope and send it to you. So they have big machines to do that. So those machines require operational efficiency that need to be managed. So Pitney Bowes basically uses GE Predix to do that. Lixil is a housing company, right? I mean, our partnership with SoftBank in Japan basically helps Lixil to track their assets, and they are basically fitting. They are in housing. Lixil basically does bathroom fittings. So all the way from that kind of an industrial company to aviation, we kind of scale it up. We have many different partners. As I said before, it is an ecosystem play. We have a GE Digital Alliance program in which we have put different partners. So there are cellular providers, there are sensor providers, there are connectivity providers, there are analytics providers, and all of these are part of the ecosystem. So if you really need to be part of that alliance program, you just need to go online and ask for it. So from that point onwards, depending upon what your needs are, we could customize a very specific solution for you. Right? So if you look at the list of partners, there are ISVs in there, there are consultants in there, there are all different types of partners that can come together. We have tremendous amount of services that we think we are going to just make live on the industrial platform, and this is all our experience that is coming online. Definitely there is a lot around edge software, as Shom was talking about the IoT platform, the data ingestion, the management of the devices, the thing registries and all of that. We have that as part of Predix. We also have different database management services that are also available. These things are required in an industrial internet platform, but are also available in many other horizontal platforms like AWS or Azure. But our differentiation is we have time series database called Historian, which we have put in there, which is really large scale. It has been built within GE, and it has been made available as an open source for the team. The value that also comes in is from the analytics services. So we have analytics catalog service, we have analytics orchestration services, we have very specific analytics that could also be done. Think about maybe something like what Google could do with a face recognition API or a text mining API. Now similarly, think about it at an industrial scale. You have data coming in, you need smoothing filters. Yeah. We have all those analytics services also set up. So anomaly detection, trend anomalies, high dimension anomaly detections. We have data exploration, text analytics, text mining, time series, features, machine learning, deep learning, network analysis, predictive models, quality control, and statistical methods. We have about 100 different analytical services that can be used and are necessary in an industrial application, where you really need to look at building a world-class industrial application that really improves the productivity of your assets. We are also looking at something called as digital twins, which are deep learning neural nets, trained neural nets. So these are trained neural nets which will be made available out there. We think they are our crown jewels, but we are making them available.
So Nitin, just a quick question. So we heard about the analytics engines from IBM Watson. So if you just want to do a 30 seconds between Predix Analytics versus the IBM Watson IoT, if you can just maybe elaborate the differences.
So um, so I don't know so much about Watson. I know they are in different verticals also. Largely it is around either machine learning, which is classification, or it is deep learning, where you're actually trying to predict an outcome. So there is all the way from reporting BI to all the way to prescriptive sort of analytics, right?
Okay.
So the way we look at it is also pretty similar, but we are very much focused on trained nets, right? So we do have business intelligence kind of services. We have machine learning or classifiers. So for example, we will have a classifier which can take a healthcare image and say, hey, a radiologist needs to look at it or not. So, we have those trained classifiers that are out there. We'll have, deep learning neural nets that have been trained already out there. The similarity, I would say, between IBM Watson and GE also is many of these algorithms have to be trained over time. And that requires a level of training data that needs to be collected, curated, managed, and trained. So as part of the platform, we also have data catalogs that are available through our data partnerships, which allow us to create innovative neural net models out there. So that's what we are doing.
Thank you. So next we have